Education and research are imperatives for sustainable development. That cannot be overemphasized. Because both are useful in bringing out our abilities and ingenuity to address the challenges in sustainable forest management, sustainable management and conservation of forests and allied natural resources. I would pick up the two words, ability. This was, of course, emphasized here by the professor. And I bring in another word here, ingenuity. People, our farmers, stakeholders have information. And we find that the greatest untapped resource is the ingenuity that you can get amongst these people. And the other situation, I think Balozi, professor, had mentioned here again, is that it's increasingly recognized that graduates lack requisite exposure to tackle practical issues in forest and allied natural resources. I think that was elaborated here very well. And that is what gives us the move and justifies the next section. KGRS, KEFRI Graduate Research School, is not a new concept as such, but a number of institutions are picking up to unlock their research potential and efficiency. Some of this in Kenya, we are talking about ICIPE, International Center for Insect Ecology and Physiology. Their focus is on insect science. KEFRI is also doing the same on medical science. ILRI is also doing the same on livestock science. The case of Egerton here is a bit different because we look at it from the point of joint students admission program. Well, the University of Pretoria is also doing the same. So that is elsewhere. The Institute of Commercial Forestry Research is also doing the same in South Africa. Edith Cowan University, and more so supporting or spearheading the good practice framework for research in Australia. Research Institute in Ghana, we also have India, are also doing the same. There's also Japanese Society for Promotion of Science. This is more or less giving sponsorship, scholarship to about 100 or so universities in Japan. Our role here, and then the opportunities that is there, is to complement academic proficiency, work with the universities. The key word there is complement. Then there's also need to provide research support. There's need to provide research support in achieving all the KEFRI 4 mandates. I think this one has been shared on conducting research, dissemination, building capacity of partners or stakeholders. And the last one is partnership and collaboration in forest research with institutions of higher learning. And then we also see this as an opportunity, as an economic opportunity. The graduate research school is an economic opportunity. The merits are aimed at informing policy, providing evidence-based solutions. And then we also, the initiative, we hope that the initiative will progress smoothly and lead to mutual scientific advancement, accelerate response to forestry, research, and allied natural resource issues. Then as a deliberate policy intervention, we believe that it's going to enhance KEFRI's research potential, seeing the basic research efficiency ratio increased, and also providing the platform, and also provide the needed strategic collaboration. Visibility, we are seeing that one as a potential area. And then the performance and impact of forests and allied natural resources, we believe that that one will also be enhanced. For KGRS, our vision here is a center of excellence in delivering quality personnel in forests and allied natural resources. The mission is to provide a platform where scientists, scholars, and students can translate their ideas into action and impact. And philosophy is working effectively at the interface of education, training, and research. KGRS, this KEFRI. This KEFRI, the whole thing is within KEFRI as an entity. Then the graduate part of it is that we are dealing with the graduate students, master's and PhD program. And then research, that is our core business. And the school, we are looking at an organized entity. Now location, basically it's coordinated here at the headquarters, but then specific research areas or topics are tackled within the KEFRI regions. Sponsorship basically, as we started, is by GOK, and when it comes to selection of students, we're looking at it on a competitive basis and approved budget. Extended opportunity, we also extend opportunities to sponsors, and on academic programs, I said it's masters and PhD. We have an eligibility criteria, and one of the most important one is that you must have completed a master's course and registered in one of the accredited universities in Kenya or outside. The award of degree is basically by the University of Registration. We are not giving any degrees. There are a number of strategic objectives for realizing this, and priority areas here we are saying we have to identify and provide research area needs. Then we also have to invest in requisite related resources, and we have to, in terms of setting aside funds, 1 to 2% of the research funds, most of it, as we've started, comes from internal funds and support publications. Now, the academic character and delivery process, we are collaborating with accredited institutions. The eligible graduates, postgraduate students have to register, as I mentioned, and then the collaboration is also formalized. The delivery process, I would say, is integrated, participatory, and comprehensive. So it involves planning, providing an enabling environment, joint research and supervision, joint review and concurrence on proposal content, appropriate research protocols, determine research needs, and then we are looking at a time frame of 6 to 9 months. In universities, sometimes you find people taking too long, masters 5 years, PhD 10 years, and so on. So we'd like to work together with universities to reduce this time frame. And because our funding is also based on financial year. There's an important part here is governance and academic organization. Governance and academic organization. There's the secretariat, KG secretariat, and I'm the coordinator of the secretariat. I have a team. And then the secretariat has technical committees, 4 technical committees. There's research and academic committee. There's also resource mobilization, advisory, chaired by the deputy director, senior deputy director, research and development, and this is where the money is. And then there's also the council, chaired by the director, and those other members. So research and academic programs, of course, are drawn from KEFRI's thematic areas, and the specific areas or specific research areas are across tree breeding, silviculture, right to forest health. Then specifically research topics, I'll refer you to, although it's very small, research topics, there are quite a number that fall within the thematic areas, like studies on germplasm production, studies on enhancing breeding. There's also studies on aerial seeding, going down to studies on management of invasive species. So these are more or less based on KEFRI strategic plan. But if there are those that are coming from, those of national importance, national priority, we would also consider them. Now, the research and academic resources, well, KEFRI is well endowed in terms of personnel, scientific personnel, with 108 scientists, 95 technicians, and 25 foresters, 30 PhDs, who are also supervisors. In terms of financial resources, it's just limited to GOK funds, but we hope that with time we'll get sponsorship, partnership, and also self-sponsorship. In terms of physical facilities and equipment, again, we are well endowed. In terms of laboratories, we have 20 different categories of laboratories, modern equipment, we have experimental feeds, and also we embrace ICT and e-library. Started off, because KEFRI has own scientists who are on this, so we started off with 38 research scientists who were mainstreamed to KEFRI graduate KGRS system. And then the initial staff establishment last year, we had 42, and 18 PhDs, 24 masters. And then we also had additional 4 from other universities who are not employees of KEFRI. We are looking at the sustainability. We need to work together. So the first one is providing an enabling institutional framework that harmonizes implementation of KGRS. That's why we are doing the benchmarking for best practice, so that we harmonize our activities. We are not there to compete with the universities, but we are there to complement their efforts. Therefore, that's why we say we are working effectively at the interface of education, training, and research.